Yes, if you look at the people that you are taking this intervention to, 5,000 naira means a lot to this, because these are poor and vulnerable households, and it changes their status.
Did you hear that, people? Yoruba people will say, Ara adugbo egba wa o. This statement is coming from no other person but the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Madam Sadiyya Farouk. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my channel. Let us carry this together.
And the 5,000 naira,
If a old Minister of
somebody
Humanitarian
out of
Affairs,
government.
okay, let's even remove the humanitarian
Yes,
first.
I
Let's
know.
put it on one side first. Can say that 5,000 naira is enough to cure poverty for a household in Nigeria in this 2022. Can we see we are in a big pot of soup? I could not but just share this video because we keep wondering why things are going the way they are going, and unfortunately it will go like that because these people that we put in positions of authority, either by appointment or by election, have no clue about what is going on. How can you say that 5,000 naira is okay to be given as, let's call it a palliative or a social welfare package or whatever it is, to feed a whole family from a government? This is not just an individual saying, like if you want to give anybody any amount of money, the person doesn't owe you, you're just trying to be nice. So individual can give individual 5,000 naira. But when the government at the top, this is a minister, is saying 5,000 naira is okay, then can't you see that there's a big problem that we need to start looking inwards and find ways to solve our problems? Because I'm just thinking, who are we offended in Nigeria? When it seems as if our leaders are just thinking backwards. People talk about, okay, even for people who have not even traveled abroad before, they talk about social welfare system where if you're not working, you'll still be given some money to to live on, and all of that. You'll be given a council flat to stay. This is something that has been obtainable from years immemorial abroad. And we in Nigeria, with the level of inflation in Nigeria, with the level of poverty in Nigeria, a old Minister of Humanitarian Affairs is coming out on national TV doing a press conference to say that 5,000 naira is a big deal for people to have to feed. People, we have nobody but God, and we only can determine our destinies the way it is. The earlier we realize that our government has no pity for us, the better, because this is getting so unbelievable every time. Is 5,000 naira enough for one human being to feed himself? How much more having children going to school around? The most common staple food in Nigeria is a bag of rice, which has risen from about 10,000 naira before this administration came on board and is now about almost 30-something thousand naira. And a minister has the effrontery to come out and say 5,000 naira will solve the poverty of people in Nigeria, even if they live in the rural areas. Is it these days that they cannot even go to farm like they used to do before and feed themselves? These women and men will labor. Those who happen to be farmers amongst them will farm, mechanical labor. What am I saying mechanical? Manual labor. They don't have access to the mechanical kind of farming, except the few who may be educated ones and all of that. Before they can get their produce to the point of sale, they don't have any electricity to preserve. They don't even have deep freezers. They don't have the gadget. They don't have anything. And what we can say, a woman can say, is that 5,000 naira is a big deal. It shouldn't even be a discussion outside from any member of the government, especially this government. And as she said, I will let you watch the full video. As she said that 5,000 naira for you and I doesn't mean, and it doesn't make any sense. We should stop calling some people you and I. Nigerians are Nigerians. They have the right to good life. They have the right to safety. They have the right to send their children to school. So if you want to start talking in hypocrisy, we now start saying, and because you and I are better, that is what is destroying our country. It should be an equal society. I'm not saying some people won't be richer than others, but we should be looking at it from the same lens to say, no, 5,000 naira cannot, it shouldn't even come out as a discussion. I don't know where these people are getting their information from, because they are living in a la-la world different from what the poor man is facing. Honestly, and their own allowances are bogus. They have extra codes. Gone are the days when we used to buy a live chicken for 800 naira, 1,500, 2,000, 2,500. Now, for you to even buy chicken of 5,000, I'm sure you're all just going to eat bones. The most common food is not, you can't even cook a pot of soup, a pot of, good soup for a family, let's say a family of 3 or a family of 4, with 10,000 naira. That will last you for 3-4 days. Our minister is now coming out. So are they trying to implement, I don't understand. Are they trying to implement a law where they would say, okay, allowance will be 5,000 naira? They want to start doing all this, their election giving. That's when they become generous and start giving people stipends up and down. The earlier we know that as Nigerians, we have to speak out. We have to speak out, because these people do not seem to be representing us. I stand to be corrected though. Maybe some people will think that 5,000 naira is okay for people to be given. As what? When we are hearing of the millions of dollars they are taking as loans and grants, and we do not know what the money is, even if it's all this money that you're using to build industries, or even make a law where people will be given have a social welfare package. Let people be able to feed. Let people be able to be safe. All we are hearing is the people at the top squandering money up and down, getting involved in a lot of things, and it's so sickening. This is by a woman, and that's why I felt so insulted that over and over again these people just come out. Maybe they don't even have advisors that will tell them, madam, what you want to say doesn't make sense. I don't understand. I respect her position. I respect her as an individual, but I have no respect for what she said. I do not agree. Even people who are working cannot feed. Government workers are not paid for several months. All you just want to be doing is to be pouring crumbs on the floor for people to eat. Is that the kind of society we should encourage? I don't think so. It's so disheartening. And I just wonder what we will tell our children about all of this we are doing. Because we are not talking, we don't seem bothered. I'll read some of the comments that people wrote about this speech of ours. Okay. Georgina Onuoha said, Lord, I have promised myself not to curse anyone on social media. But damn, Omoaleni, Olori something, vomiting this nonsense. I don't want to mention that word. Another person said, 5 bay, eburu along for where? Another person said, our airtime is more than 5,000. No? And she's talking about giving people 5,000 naira. I laugh in Portuguese. Honestly, it's just so laughable. That airtime that she's putting on. For those of you that know airtime, I'm sure it can be less than 100,000 naira. That is to the least. Let's go on. I'll read more comments. Another person said, these people are seriously out of touch. Seriously, I agree. Embarrassingly clueless. Why do we have such poverty in a country of so much wealth, resources, and opulence? Why is there such a humongous wealth gap to begin with? After feeding fat off our conmen wealth, these people have begun to see themselves as demigods. Omashio. Omashio means, oh, such a pity. Okay, another person said 5,000 naira cannot lift anyone out of poverty. If you understand what poverty is I cannot improve their quality. It cannot improve their quality or standard of living either. If you want to make an impact in the lives of the poor, give them the basic amenities they need to survive and see whether they will not flourish. Give them good living conditions, good quality, free health care. Give them the basic amenities they use to survive. They need to survive and see whether they will not flourish. Give them good living conditions, good quality free healthcare, an environment where they can work and be rewarded for working. Education for them and their children, security, etc. These are the things that would lift them out of poverty, not 5,000 naira as a one-off payment, which we do not even trust you to hand over to them. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. This is well captured, honestly. They find it just difficult to build systems and infrastructures. Honestly, it's like there's an intentional, not just about this minister that just spoke, but I think it's a general menace in our society. We are satisfied with hopefully 100,000 naira, hopefully 500,000 naira. At whose detriment? Let's go on. Another person said, only God knows where Bubu brought these people from. I'm just tired of listening to the rubbish that comes out of the mouth of these people. Honestly. Another person said, this one a minister too. God help us. Of course, she's a minister. She's the minister of humanitarian affairs. I can't see anything humanity in her. I can't see it. Honestly. All right, let's go on to the next comment. Baba, there's no Nigerian that hasn't been seeing 5,000 naira before. Tell another lie, please. Babe, sorry. Another person said, make una dey fear God small, honestly. Another said, she just wants to be cashing out on a low key. Before you know it, another Desiani has emerged. Obaton. If you know the story of Desiani, you know what they are trying to refer to here. Okay. Another comment said, this one gets sense, so she's even saying with confidence like she's done a lot. Even a child shouldn't be thinking like this. Obaton. Another person said, please, would there be a problem if our government is giving 1 million naira each to 200 million citizens? But now this money our government they steal for a year now. If they do it, nobody go ask them as they are spending money. Honestly, it's just so I don't know, and it really caught my attention because for it to be spoken by a woman and with such, I don't see anything humanitarian about the way she was talking. I can't see any sympathy. If you're talking about people who don't have so much, empathy should be seen in the tone of your voice. Another person said, I could not finish listening to this BS. I wish I had power to strike her. Those vulnerable people are the same people with PVC, always voting in nuisance. Another person, which will be the last one, said, what will someone not see in this Nigeria? Is it better to share 5,000 naira for a country that they say is broke, or to teach these persons skills to live meaningful lives, which is sensible? In my opinion. So, Madam Farouk, you've not said what should be said. What you said just shows that you're so out of touch with the common man on the streets. With all due respect, you have no idea of what's going on. You should know more. Maybe you should go deeper and see what people are really going through. In my opinion, having people at the top who speak like this just shows that we've not even started the race at all. Which way are we going in Nigeria? Please, I know this kind of issue is quite sensitive for me because it just shows the wide gap between the governors, people governing us, and we, the governed. And honestly, who is going to bridge the gap? Thank you so much for watching. Please drop your constructive comment below. Also like, share, and subscribe, and I'm sure to see you in my next video. I'll end this by saying, may God bless Nigeria.
Somebody out of poverty.
Bye for now.
Yes and no. Yes, if you look at the people that you are taking this intervention to, 5,000 naira means a lot to this, because these are poor and vulnerable households. And it changes their status. But for you and me, 5,000 naira is never enough for us to buy a recharge card. So that's the difference. But for these poor people in the communities, you have seen, they were able to save out of that 5,000 naira. If it's not making any impact, if it's not changing their economic status, I don't think nobody will force them to contribute that 1,000 naira to provide that vehicle for their needs. So 5,000 naira goes a long way. When people say 5,000 naira, it does not take people out. That is an elitist statement, honestly. It is an elitist statement, because we've had courses to go to the field, and we have seen these people that when you give them this 5,000 naira, they cry, they shed tears, because they've never seen 5,000 naira in their lives. So it goes a long way. It changes their status, and by that, it lifts them from one stage up above.